Well, let's look at the Sky RC corner weight system scales. I just got these off, I want to say Amazon. I think they were $89. And, I always see these in the YouTube videos I watch, and I really have no way of knowing where my trucks are set up at. So I figured it's about time we should order them up, kind of get an idea where my vehicles are at. So I'm just going to talk about these today. I know a lot of guys use the kitchen scales. I think they're like, I don't know, $15. And you can do all four corners. If you buy four of them, it's still cheaper than buying a unit like this. But it doesn't come with the app. The difference with these than the kitchen scales is there's an app you can put on your phone for free from the Play Store, Google Play, whatever, and it'll tell you the weight distribution front to back, cross, and how much is on the left, how much is on the right, and obviously the four corners, which is really helpful, especially once you start adding brass, wheel weights, whatever, however you're going to modify your truck. So today we're going to go over this as I weigh my Vanquish Phoenix. I bought the RTR truck and I've done some modifications and upgrades. We're going to see if I'm hitting that 60-40 weight distribution that everyone wants, which is like 60 in the front, 40 in the rear, to help you with breakover and not flip over when you're climbing a rock. And a lot of people say that's just a starting point. Some people like to go heavier than 60-40. We're going to see where I'm at, and in this way I'll know where I need to tweak my upgrades, maybe take some away. Because you get a new truck, you get excited, you want to buy all kind of stuff for it. And before you know it, you got an 8, 9, 10 pound truck, and it doesn't perform any better than what it did when you took it out of the box. It might even perform worse. So inside the box comes with these four little scales. This one here, you see it has a little LED light. They all do. And on the opposite side there's a place for stickers, so you know which tire they go under, so it reads the right one. They come calibrated. As soon as you open the box, it's already calibrated. If you're going through the settings in the app and you click on calibration, it's going to ask you for a 2,000 gram counterweight, I believe, which, unless you have one handy, you got to get a bunch of heavy objects and stack them up on a different scale that you didn't try to calibrate until it reads 2,000 on the app for, say, the corner or whatever corner, and then you can recalibrate it. Otherwise it's off and it's a pain in the butt. So as you can see here, there's my Phoenix. I'm going to put it on each tire on the correct scale. Now that the truck's on the scales, you want to make sure that you're on the scale, not resting on the plastic. So check the front. It's a little dark. Check the rear. Same thing. You want to go to all four corners and make sure that you're actually on the metal scale. Now, you can see I didn't peel off the blue plastic, but they still zero out. It doesn't really matter. So now that I know that the scales are in the proper position, I'm going to pull the truck off. We're going to open up the app, and then that way we can make sure it's reading 0 on all four corners, and then we're going to put the truck back on. So after you download the app, it's RC Gears, you're going to come up with all these options. The one you're going to want to use is the corner weight scale, and it's going to show you the rear, the front, which side, and there's a little arrow and it shows that it's locked. What you have to do is on the back of the scales there's a button. Push the button, and as you see, it lights up, and now it's unlocked. When you first set these up, you have to enter in a passcode, which is I think generically all zeros, comes from the factory. You can change it if you want. I'm not going to change it. I'm not worried about someone else using these because no one's going to. So now I'm going to go through and do the rest of them, and as you see, there it is. Now the left front is registered. The right rear and the left rear. Okay, so now they're all set. After that, you're going to hit enter, and it takes you to the main screen. As you can see, there's a front, left front, right side, left rear, right rear, the rear, the total weight of your vehicle, which is nice, and then you have the cross weight. I'm assuming that's diagonally. The button tear, I don't know if that's a different language or what, but basically it's just reset. So if you're not reading all zeros, you hit tear, which you do anyways, and now you're all set. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the truck up, put it on the scales. Again, I'm going to try and make sure that, like, this one isn't really on the scale. So I'm going to lift it up, get it on the scale. These moved when I had to turn them on, but okay. So we're all set. Now it's on the scale. So it's telling me that I'm 50% of all my weight is in the front. 1,812 grams. The right to the left, it's pretty close. 916 to 895. The left side of the truck has 1653 to 1542. I don't know if that's maybe the ESC or something, which well, I don't know why it's doing that. The right rear, 626, 757. It's 100 grams difference. And then the rear of the truck, so that shows 43% as to 57%, and then the max or the gross weight, 3,196 grams. And that's roughly about 7 pounds. So let's take a look. What do I not have in the truck? Well, it's not ready. Why? There's no battery. So I'm just going to put in this 3S Reedy short pack, 1.1 volts, 30C. We're going to see this in the position, how much it changes the 57 up front and the 43 in the rear. Now I'm just going to lay it in there. As you can see, the wiring, a lot of the wires are hanging out on the left side of the truck. We're going to get to that in a second. And also the, well, here, let's go back to the scale. Now, if you look, the left side readings of my truck is heavier. It's 1761 on the left versus 1643. Now, the reason that is I took the stock servo and put it for the underdrive switch. Okay, I'm using it basically as like a micro server. I just didn't want to buy one, and I upgraded the original steering servo on this truck, so I just took the stock servo and moved it over there so I can have the on the fly overdrive, which this Phoenix RTR comes capable with. So the fact that the servo is on that side and there's not a servo on the right side obviously is going to be heavier, And all the wiring over there, I have some JST plugs, so I have a direct servo to battery for my steering servo. All the wires are kind of hanging on that side, so that's why it's giving us that weight to be heavier on the left. Obviously it's not set up for me to take it out and go crawling, but you know. So with the battery in, it actually went down 56 in the front and 44 in the rear. So am I at the 60-40? No. There's things that I can do to try to lighten the rear end of this truck, and I'll go into it when I do my Phoenix video, because there's a lot of things I've done to this truck, and now that I have the scales, there's a lot of things I want to do to this truck, which is why the scale is pretty awesome. Basically this was just to go over the scale, how it works, what to expect. I haven't had any issues with them. Some people say they get a dead scale, like one of the four doesn't work. I don't know about that. I haven't had any issues. They seem to be working fine for me. You want to make sure you're on a level surface. Maybe get a board and put like a level on it. I don't know, like a carpenter's level. I'm just on this old rickety table, and I have a work mat that's about an 1/8 inch thick, and they're sitting on that with the plastic still on the scales, but that's good enough for me. It's telling me what I want to know. I'm not gonna go way too far out of my way. And I know the body isn't down, and the battery's not hooked up, and the wires aren't in the position they would be in if I was getting ready to actually drive. But this is just a video for the scales and to give you an idea of what you get with the product. Inside the box, there's foam for each little scale, which is nice. There was a sticker sheet so you could label the scales. I threw that out because I already used the English letters, and the other ones were like, I don't know, Chinese, Japanese, something. Don't need them, don't want them, threw them away. Nice little box, so you can put this in your backpack, toolbox. It's pretty small and compact. Take it with you so you can show your friends how their truck's way out, or to a competition, or if you buy something new, maybe if you go to a swap meet, or you're at the RC course and you buy something there. People are always selling stuff, you know, whatever, or not. Either way, it's a good way to store them. So again, this is for the Sky RC corner weight system, which Bluetooth wirelessly connects to your phone with a free app in the App Store. And I really like it. I really think this is going to help tune my vehicles so I know where the weight is, where the weight isn't, and where it needs to be. Thank you.